But if you look at it, it's all controlled. And then why is the CIA funding third world country record labels? Why is that happening?
Right. Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children.
Right.
Has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
We've all watched the breaking news, the grainy courtroom visuals, and the endless viral clips showing a once powerful music tycoon finally under pressure. But what's unfolding now goes far beyond the downfall of Sean Diddy Combs. According to growing speculation, this may only be the first move in a much larger and far more strategic endgame. Sources close to the situation claim federal investigators are no longer focused solely on Diddy himself. Instead, attention is reportedly
that he has with others, and just because no one else has been charged, which normally in a RICO case you would have others charged, it was a statute that designed to get mob bosses, trying to get at criminal behavior that's like a web of criminal behavior that you can't necessarily prove, like the one thing or the statute of limitations expired on the other thing, but you're just showing this bad guy who's operating what's clearly an enterprise that over and over engages in criminal problems or criminal acts.
Shifting toward his inner circle, including his own twin daughters, Jesse and Delilah Combs. Insiders describe this as a calculated pressure tactic, designed to corner the mogul into cooperation rather than a pursuit of direct charges against the girls. This isn't being framed as protection or concern for the twins. It's about leverage, pure and simple. Rumors circulating online suggest investigators are examining whether family members may have unknowingly or knowingly assisted in moving assets, deleting communications, or shielding sensitive information during the early stages of the investigation. If even a fraction of these claims prove credible, the implications could be massive. What began as a case centered on one man's alleged actions.
So we just got this new audio from the Diddy trial, and it is pretty explosive. This is audio of a voicemail that Diddy left to the Jane Doe who's been testifying in this trial for the last couple days. And he sounds really annoyed. It's talking about her maybe giving him the silent treatment, and his response is, I got a busy life, I can't be dealing with your silent treatment, and we got to keep it.
Evolve into a far-reaching probe that redraws the boundaries between loyalty, family, and legal responsibility. For now, nothing has been proven, but the silence, the timing, and the sudden widening of focus have fueled speculation that the story is far from over, and that the most explosive chapters may still be ahead. The timing of these developments has only intensified the shockwaves. Just weeks after Sean Diddy Combs received a federal sentence of 50 months related to solicitation charges, while being clear of the most serious trafficking and racketeering accusations, attention has reportedly pivoted in a new and unsettling direction. According to individuals familiar with the situation, investigators are now scrutinizing his 17-year-old twin daughters, Jesse and Delilah. Legal observers suggest this interest isn't random or coincidental. It's being described as deliberate, strategic. Sources claim
get out in front of this and, try to persuade Netflix not to come forward with it. I think it's an interesting argument because what they're claiming is, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has had a long-standing, animosity against Diddy and sort of vice versa. And because he's at the helm, they're arguing this can't be taken seriously. This should sort of be seen as propaganda. And one of the things that Netflix hit back with was, yes, he's the executive producer. He doesn't necessarily have creative control. And that's something
authorities view the twins not as primary targets, but as pressure points, potential access routes into an empire built on decades of money, influence, and tightly guarded secrets. For years, the girls have lived within the protective bubble of their father's power, surrounded by luxury and privilege. But that same proximity, insiders argue, may place them closer than anyone else to sensitive financial trails, private correspondence, and, most controversially, rumored collections of damaging material allegedly tied to some of the entertainment industry's most powerful figures. One former federal prosecutor, speaking anonymously, summed up the approach in stark terms.
Freed were in the unit that was one floor above mine. So in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
But the real bombshell? The twins' financial...
When influence shield the throne, investigators don't strike the throne itself. They apply pressure where resistance is weakest. And in this case, That pressure may be aimed at those closest to Crown. Nothing has been formally proven. No charges have been announced. But the shift in focus has sparked intense speculation that the investigation is evolving, and that its next phase could expose connections far larger than one man alone. This is where the narrative reportedly slips into far more troubling territory. According to people said to be close to the investigation, the twins are no longer viewed as silent observers on the sidelines. Jesse and Delilah are being described as potential participants in an internal cleanup operation allegedly orchestrated in the final days before federal agents moved in. Those familiar with the probe claim the sisters may have helped facilitate last-minute efforts to erase digital footprints, files allegedly removed, assets quietly repositioned, and communications rerouted with the help of trusted intermediaries. All of this, sources say, happened just ahead of the March 2024 raids on multiple properties tied to Diddy. None of these claims have been proven.
And what's really going to be interesting is the parade of celebrities who we expect to be mentioned and or called into that courtroom. You know, people who we hadn't heard about prior, like Mike Myers, you know, Austin Powers, Mike Myers. Why is he getting called? Why is he on the witness list? That'll be fascinating. And then, of course, there are the no-name, quote unquote, women who are going to have to find every ounce of courage they have.
But investigators are reportedly treating the timing as anything but accidental. Even their online presence appears to reflect a sudden shift. What was once a carefully curated stream of luxury, fashion houses, VIP events, red carpets, has transformed into something closer to a retreat. Content wiped clean, engagement locked down, silence replacing spectacle. To some observers, it looks less like coincidence and more like containment. Then there's a financial layer. Insiders allege the twins
So maybe the judge is going to give him more than time served.
But we should say that the maximum he could get is 20 years.
And that's what I want to get into for a minute. Because this is some racist you-know-what, this man-ass.
Profile lifestyle has been sustained almost entirely through accounts connected to their father's business network. Charter flights, exotic travel, designer partnerships, and elite access, all unfolding while his legal team is reportedly racing to prevent a total collapse of his brand and holdings. So the question investigators are said to be asking isn't limited to awareness. It's about action, not just what the twins may have known, but what steps, if any, they took to shield the machinery that kept everything running. And hovering over all of it is one unpredictable variable: 50 Cent. His cryptic remarks, public jabs, and thinly veiled warnings have injected a volatile wild card into an already unstable situation, one that suggests there may be more players and more information still waiting in the wings. The outspoken music mogul turned documentary power player has never